What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Project Icarus Gaming Podcast, aka the PIGCast, where we are your number one gaming resources for all your gaming information and tech-related news, guys. I'm your host, Radical Rob, and with me is Jelly Jugs. Now, whether this is your first time tuning in to us or not, we like to give you our personal side of who we are and what we do here at Project Icarus Gaming. We're going to start with Jelly Jugs. Let him talk about a little bit about himself and what he does here at Project Icarus Gaming. And then we're going to talk about myself a little bit. And then we're going to get into what we're going to be talking about for this evening. Jelly Jugs, why don't you go ahead and talk to these guys? Jelly, it's saying that you are muted.
Alright, how about now? Should be good now. That was probably my bad. So, redoing my intro again, sorry.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead and reintroduce yourself.
so, my name is Anthony Carrera, aka Jelly Jugs, or just Jelly or Jugs, whatever you guys want to call me. I'm a variety streamer here for Project Icarus Gaming. I am also the video editor for the stream team as well. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, Call of Duty, Overwatch, all the first-person shooters. Today I picked up Last of Us 2. I'll be streaming that later on today once we're done with this show. So if you guys are interested in watching my gameplay, check me out on twitch.tv/jollyjugs for the opening of The Last of Us Part 2.
All right. So, guys, if you haven't already, if you want Jelly in the chat, post your stuff. Just put exclamation about and then your name, so that way people have a link to go check you out. And then if you can, go ahead and put mine in there for me as well. But guys, I am Radical Rob, one of the coolest Robs you'll ever meet. I'm telling you, I am a trophy hunter, variety streamer. I play all the games that Jelly Jugs doesn't play, like the RPGs, action adventure games, and things like that. I don't play the shooter ones. Unfortunately, I just don't. I just don't find no entertainment in them. But I am the stream team manager here for Project Icarus Gaming. Where if you're small streamers, definitely look us up, because we are a organization that supports those small streamers that are trying to get their names out there, try to be known, trying to get that ideal look for everybody to see. And so we're here to offer like that marketing to help you get out there and notice and things like that. If you want to, check us out at pig.gg. If you can, put the exclamation pig, so that way people have the link to check us out. Just click on that link, fill out an application, and then we will be with you as soon as we get the application and we process it and everything else, and check you out. But tonight we got a lot of stuff to talk about, as we do every episode, guys. We here at Pig are going to be discussing and informing you guys about the latest hypes on the games that have come out. Especially with today's event, with the big talk about The Last of Us Part 2. And then we got games that are going to be hitting the streets here in the future. Coming up next week, we're going to be talking about those as well. We want to keep you guys updated with the best gears out there for all your gaming needs. So going through the slides, we're just going to make sure that that you guys are informed, okay, with the latest information out there on it. Today's topics are a lot. We got events that are taking place. We got the discounted games. We got games that are previously out that are big talk, like I said, about The Last of Us. And then we got some of the future. I'm pretty excited for some of the future games that we got coming up as well. Jelly Jugs, let's start with you. We just have recently had the EA Play Live, which was kind of pretty interesting. But I'm not an EA game that they just don't provide none of the games that I like to play. If they came out with some RPGs, I'd be happy. But this is more of the Jelly Jugs world with Apex and things like that. So I'm going to let Jelly talk about it, and then he's going to go into a little bit more about Apex because Apex has got a huge announcement for you guys. Jelly, why don't you go ahead and take it away? Talk to him, man. Let these guys know.
Alright, so yesterday there was the EA Play Live event. They announced a couple games. One of them was Rocket Arena. It's a 3v3 rocket shooter, arena-based shooter. It was an okay looking game. More details about Star Wars Squadron, which is more of like a cockpit
Ace
shooter. Ace Combat looking Star Wars shooting game. Another announcement they made was Skate 4. At the very end of it, they announced Skate 4. They didn't show any gameplay of it or anything. They just kind of said, "Hey, we're working on it. It's coming," and that was about it. It was kind
it's
of
gonna be like everything else. You'll get it in 5 years.
Yeah, it was a weird way to end the conference, and it's kind of been the talk about did they just announce Skate just because of all these skate games that are coming out? We have Skate XL coming out in July. We have Tony Hawk's Remastered in August. So now it just seems kind of like EA's jumping on that skateboard trend. And, they're like, hey, remember us? We had a skate game once. So it just kind of feels like EA's kind of playing catch up with the, skating genre. I mean, Skate was an awesome game. I like Skate 1 and 2 a lot, actually. But now it just seems like, they're kind of like, hey, we made a game once. Come look forward to our game, because like I said, they didn't show any gameplay. They just kind of said it's in the works, and that could mean anything. That could literally just mean that they wrote it down on a piece of paper. Like in the works could be anything in the gaming industry. So I'm excited that they announced it because now I know that it's sometime going to be out, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it because.
It's probably it's gonna come. It's gonna probably take a while because they showed absolutely no gameplay, which means that they're probably still gonna be or still in talk about it. Still in designing and processing and doing all that with the game and developing it. So, we're gonna have to wait for it. But
especially with Skate XL coming out.
Huh?
With Skate XL coming out, I don't know if you were able to look at that gameplay, but it kind of looks already like how Skate looked, and that game's coming out in July. So, I mean, if Skate XL is going to satisfy my, skateboarding need, then it's like what Skate 4 or whatever they're gonna call it needs to really bring something different than just skateboarding because, like I said, we have. The Skating XL game and Tony Hawk.
That's what I'm saying. That they're going to be huge talks. Like we got Skate, a new Skate game coming out. Hopefully pretty soon. But then everybody's going to be playing the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So it's like, do we? What's going to be the talk? What's going to be the best? Are they really going to be hyping up Tony Hawk to be the best? At remastering it and adding and making it better than what it used to be, or is Skate 4 going to be the new hype thing, which is going to totally wipe Tony Hawk off the menu for some people in their skater genre games? So
the only thing that I can think of, but I think Tony Hawk is going to be crossplay, right? Because that could be the only thing that Skate can actually bring is crossplay.
I don't remember reading anything about it being crossplay, but I do know that they're going to be able to character transfer from 1 to 2. That's what I did remember reading. I haven't read anything about it being crossplay though.
Yeah, so that could be one thing, but I mean, I'm not going to put $60 in a game just for crossplay skateboarding.
Yeah, that is true.
Another thing they talked about. Oh, sorry.
No, but EA was talking about also Sims Command and Conquer Remastered. It was more than just Apex and the what was that little dainty game, that battle one? You mentioned.
Oh, Rocket Arena.
Rocket Arena. That's it.
Yeah.
But they had a talk about a few other games as well.
Yeah, and then they mentioned a little bit more about Sims 4 coming to Steam, and they,
Yeah.
EA is kind of breaking away from Origin and incorporating their games into the Steam library, with EA Access becoming to Steam in the fall, which is kind of exciting. But I mean, I don't understand the need for having Steam and Origin. It's all on
And
PC.
And also the developers for Brothers and A Way Out are coming out with a new game as well. So there was talk a little bit about that, but there was a lot of talk. There was a lot of talk about some new games, but I know you're pretty excited to jump into the Apex. So
Yeah, so Apex. So they did announce yesterday that Apex is going to be crossplay this fall, and they're also going to be releasing it on the Switch. So it's going to be a crossplay on Switch, Xbox, PC, and all the consoles, Origin and Steam. So that's pretty cool. Another cool thing that they announced also is this new event that they're coming out with, happening I believe right now, where you can get like loot. It's called Lost Treasures, and you can get it's like a portable beacon. Usually in Apex, you're only able to reboot your teammates at a reboot beacon, but now with this new mode, you'll be able to have this beacon and revive your teammate anywhere on the map, as long as you have that travel beacon with you. So I think that's a pretty cool new item they added. I know they have special events going on right now for different skins, cosmetic items. I know they haven't announced a new hero that's announced called Dante. This is the footage you're seeing right here. These little characters like egotistical shooter that he's has his own trophy that he carries around, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, so those of you who like playing Apex, this game's I tried playing it. It is a very heavy team-based shooter. You need to have a good team in order for you to get anywhere in this game. I appreciate what they've done with this game, but I just can't play it solo, and trying to find someone to play with. It's one of those games where you need to have a good team, otherwise you're gonna be throwing your controller across the room.
yeah. See, Apex was one of those games that I did try on though. I did try on Apex. I even have back in what was it? October when we had a charity event. I had pulled a 24-hour stream where I actually played Apex a little bit, and that's where I was just like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll try it, and I did. And guess what? I still hated it. So, but guys, like Jelly was saying, EA did announce that this has been something that we have been waiting for a long time. Not such myself, but individuals like Jelly who play the Apex. For you others that do play it, it is finally coming to crossplay. So regardless of what anybody plays on, they're going to be able to play it with you. So that is huge. That is huge news. Like I said, we've been waiting on that forever.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's taking them so long.
Yeah. So, I mean, 5 seasons into the game, and we're just now getting crossplay capabilities.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, better late than never. I always say so. You guys are welcome. It's there. It is coming late fall. So, as soon as all the kids start back school, they can go rally up with your friends and talk about getting on some Apex, joining a team, things like that. This is actually, I think this is going to go actually pretty far with like tournaments and things like that for Apex, for EA, for the tournaments and things in the near future. So it's going to be good. Let's talk about along the genres of the FPSs. Fortnite. Fortnite also came out with their season. Their Battle Royale, exactly. So, Jelly, if you want to talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, so Season 3 did come out on Wednesday.
Whoa!
Yeah, so this new battle pass, this new season, it's kind of all about water, and it kind of fits with the whole summer. It's summertime now, so having the water in, having the map flooded, it's a pretty cool concept that they did, adding these sharks
Yeah,
that you can ride, and having the map as the season progresses, the water level is going to decrease, and it's going to reveal different parts of the map that are going to be changed throughout the course of the season. So that's going to be interesting to see how each of the maps, how the map changes over time. Right here, you see that they added vehicles to the game. They haven't released any of the vehicles yet. I'm sure that's going to be later in the season. But you're going to be able to drive sports cars and pickup trucks, which is kind of interesting because this is the first time that they actually have like actual vehicles. Because they've had like golf carts and they already had helicopters, but they had like golf carts and quad crashers, ATVs, but they never had
yeah,
like full on vehicles where you can drive down the street and So that's pretty cool. Another interesting thing that they added with the sharks is so when you kill a shark, they drop like rare loot. So it's kind of like a hot drop, I like mechanic where if you kill the shark takes a lot of it takes a lot to kill the shark. So you have to kill the shark and then you get like a rare weapon once you kill the shark. So it's pretty cool. It gives you a reason to go after the sharks and you know avoid the sharks as well because when you're swimming in the water, the sharks do attack you and you do take damage. I believe you take about 20 damage for every time you're impacted by the shark. So yeah, this season's out. It's available at $9.99. You don't have to have the battle pass to play online. It is free to play. $10. You get all these cosmetic items and characters and different things that you can choose from. Aquaman is one of the new characters that's being highlighted and featured into this season's battle pass. And to unlock him, you need to have the battle pass, but they're also going to have weekly challenges to unlock him in the end. Right now, it's like you do one thing, you get a loading screen, and the next week you do another challenge. So you unlock him in increments. It's not just like you buy the battle pass and you have him unlocked already. So you got to earn him, which gives some sort of replayability to this game. And why this game is actually so popular is because there's so much that you can do in this game. And it's crossplay. So if you're waiting for that crossplay for Apex, there's already a crossplay game for Battle Royale.
yeah. So I mean, guys, check it out. My son has been playing it. He's a big Fortnite lover, and he's been enjoying it. I saw the map, and like 60% of the map is covered in water now.
Yeah.
And he's like, Dad. He's like, I can't even get to my old houses that I used to raid and tear up and get the chests. I was like, that's because you got to explore more of the map, son.
Yeah.
And he's like, but it's all the map is covered in water. I'm like, well, you're gonna have to find somewhere new to look. I don't know what to tell you, bud.
Yeah.
And I hear him in there all the time. How do I attack the sharks and ride them? And so you can ride the sharks. I thought that was pretty cool, actually. And then they brought like you said, they brought in the vehicles, which is nifty. It's about damn time. Everybody likes to get the helicopter.
Yeah.
But actually riding the vehicles, that's pretty cool. Because it was a 4-wheeler before, wasn't it?
There was a 4-wheeler, yeah, and then there was a golf cart, shopping carts. But now they never had a actual vehicle. And it's weird because there are cars in the game. Like you see cars everywhere, but you couldn't drive them. So it took them this long for them to finally make them drive.
But now it's a sport car and a truck. So
yeah, sports cars and trucks.
Now, is it going to be anything like in Call of Duty? Because I know you play this. Like in the Call of Duty is, when you get hit by the vehicle, that's it. You're done. Is that the same thing in Fortnite? If you get hit by one of the vehicles, like it takes you out?
So different vehicle. I don't know how they're gonna do it with the cars, just because of the fact that they're not out yet. But I know that if you're fighting somebody in a helicopter, and like your propeller hits them, it does a significant amount of damage. I don't know the exact amount of damage, but it's a lot. And I do know that when you had the ATV, you couldn't just run over somebody and it would be game over. You would hit them and
Yeah.
then they'll go flying in the air. So the impact plus the fall damage that they would get, it would
Would pretty much knock them out.
yeah, it'd basically knock them out. But it wouldn't be like
Instant.
GTA Online where you're gonna be
Instant
instantly
KO.
killed. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
But maybe, I mean, considering that they're trying to, make this game a little bit more, a little bit, because this season looks a little bit more. I don't want to say mature, but it's a lot more fun and a little bit more of a realistic aspect in this game, just because of the way that they have the water, how much of the water plays into how you fight. People,
Yeah.
I was playing this game earlier, and like you jump in the water and it's so hard to shoot somebody in the water because they're swimming and they hide behind different objects and you're just like it kind and you can't build on the water, so it's like you have the build mechanics but you can't build on top of the water, so
Can't
you're
shield
kind
yourself.
of stuck. Yeah, so it's interesting to see how this game and this season is going to evolve over time, especially I don't know how often the water is going to drain, but they said it's going to be incremental. So there's no way they haven't given official word of how often it's going to be. But I know they did bring out a couple of new weapons. They have
Yeah.
a charged shotgun, which is you kind of hold down the charge, and depending on how long you hold the charge, it has to like meter the
Mhm.
air pressure, and the longer you hold it, the more damage it does. And they replaced that with the pump shotgun, and then they brought back the P90, submachine gun. So that
Yeah.
was another old favorite. A lot of people didn't like that gun just because of how big the magazine was. And
Yeah.
so like, now that it's back, especially with the people who are complaining about aim assist, I was playing it earlier, and like I used controller, and I got like 8 headshots just shooting the guy. And I'm like, wow, that's broken, but I'm sure they're gonna
Yeah.
fix it over time. Because
Yeah.
aim assist, I mean, whatever, however people argue, aim assist is still a problem in Fortnite. So having that P90 is not going to hold over people.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to build walls and I'm just spraying my P90 and it's just tearing down the wall over and over.
Yeah. Did you actually attend the event that when this kicked off?
No, so
Really?
yeah,
You mean to tell me I attended the event and you didn't?
yeah, I
Oh
couldn't
my
get in. The servers got full.
We warned these people to tune in, and
Yeah.
you mean to tell me you didn't tune in?
So
I was there, guys. I was there, and I won't lie, it was actually pretty cool. Like in the water next to the embassy, it was pretty cool. It like come up with these like 5 or 6 orbs, statues, and they just came up, and it like activated this other orb, the middle orb, and then it just opened up this freaking center shit, and then everybody was like levitating and stuff. I was like, oh shit, like it just got real, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I was like, is that it? Like,
yeah.
and then all the water was just rising and decreasing and just coming up and down. I was like, what is going on? But I actually attended it. It was pretty cool. My son,
It was
my
a
son
cool
playing
event. It was shorter than the usual events, but yeah,
was.
I had it readied up, and I was trying to load Bunny's account to get her onto the Fortnite server
Yeah.
with me.
Uh-huh.
But hers wouldn't log in, so then I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like I'm already in the game. I'm gonna, I pushed, triangle to ready up, and it
Leave
kicked me
her
out of the
hanging.
game. It kicked me out of the game. The game crashed. So then I tried to go back in the game, and it wouldn't sign me in. So I looked on Twitter, and Fortnite had a little announcement that said like, our servers are full. Check out these following streamers to view the event live. And I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah,
This
you
is-
guys
this
can
is
always
the
go
first-
if you miss the event. You guys can always go to the YouTube and
Mhm.
look it up and see what the hype
But it
is
was
all about.
cool.
It's really short.
Yeah, it was
really
it was
short,
cool. I would say that my favorite Fortnite actual game changing event was the rope, the mech and the water creature. I forgot what it was, but they're fighting in the map, and they're it's this big old mech and this big old.
Oh, it's kind of like the Power Rangers.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
you're in the middle of the map, and you see these big old things fighting, and that was a cool event. That was Fortnite specific. I know they had other Travis Scott and other concerts and stuff, but actually story impacting the story. This event was kind of it was cool, but it wasn't what a lot of people were expecting it to be. Especially since a lot of the leaks already came out about the whole map covered in water. And it's kind of just okay, this is. But what was interesting too was the whole cutscene with the character of Fortnite, where Jonesy is his name, where he would be, where you would go into the office and you see him talking on the phone, and then it would snap you in and out. So it's people were is there a multi-dimension in Fortnite? Is there two universes? Are we in a multiverse? What's going on? Because it was. I want to see how this story plays out, because it's gonna be interesting how they're incorporating some of the stuff from the previous chapter and previous seasons into this game. There's a couple of Easter eggs that they put in the game that kind of goes back to season 3 of Fortnite.
Yeah.
So, or chapter 1, season 3. So we just gotta wait and see how this.
We'll see how it pans out. So if you guys haven't, what's that?
Oh no, you're
okay. But if you guys haven't checked it out or haven't gotten a chance to play it, go ahead, check it out, guys. If you missed the event, it's out there on YouTube and on other Fortnite forums and stuff like that. Go check it out. It was pretty neat. It is short. New map is pretty crazy. You got sharks now, new weapons, vehicles coming out, everything else. So it's actually pretty cool. I watched my son play it, a few times here and there. But check it out. All right. New characters as well. It's all kinds of stuff. So go get the battle pass if you haven't already. Talk your friends into gifting it to you if you need to. Check it out and have fun with it. Now on to a disappointing news, and it's really upsetting. I really don't care to talk about this one, but we have to because it's depressing. And that is the Cyberpunk, the Night City Wire, not the event of Night City Wire, but the fact that Cyberpunk, it's depressing. I think I'm just going to curl up over here in the corner and cry while you talk about this, Jelly.
All right.
The showcase, and let these people know that when they can view the Night City Wire,
okay,
and when we will now expect Cyberpunk to come out.
Yeah. So we had talked a little bit about this last episode. So the Night City Wire event is happening on June 25th. That is still good and up and going. However, the game itself is delayed once again until October. And they haven't given us any other reasons as to why. They said, and I was reading an article, and they said that the game itself is done. The map is done, the gameplay is done, everything is done. The whole game is basically done, but they want to go back and they want to replay the whole game and find any bugs and kind of give it a once over, to make sure that once the game finally comes out, we get a perfect game.
And you need 2 months to do that?
I don't know. That was their excuse in the article that I read, was that they want to go over and they want to fine tune any bugs that they may have missed, because the whole world, all the dialogue, everything. This game is done. It's ready to be released. As for playability wise, it's ready. It's done. It's if they were to release it today, it would be done. But they said that because of how they want this game to be perfect, and I kind of get it, because The Witcher
I
3, The Witcher 3 was such a massive game. And when that game
Yeah.
first came out, there was a lot of bugs when that game came out. Like, you know,
And they fixed those bugs
they
over
did.
time.
They did fix the bugs over time, but
And they do it the same way with this one. Let us have it already.
but the thing about this game is like you're playing your own character, I believe. So you build your character. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not and what I find interesting is that it's a first person shoot. It's gonna be a first person shooter. I thought I didn't know that until like I read a little bit more about this game. I thought it was gonna be a third person game, but it's a first person shooter, and I believe they're trying to incorporate like VR and stuff in it too. So I kind of get why they want to be a little bit more cautious with this game, just because you don't have any pre-built lore behind it. You don't have any books. You don't have anything to like go off of it. So it's like if someone plays this game and they have a bad experience, you know, we're in a cancel culture as it is. So if something is wrong,
See, I don't know, because The Witcher had the same issues, and it's still a popular game. You know, I don't see it.
But it was a
I feel like I'm
sequel.
gonna have to wait till 2077 to get this game.
But it was
keep
it was a
getting
sequel though, so it had an already established fan base, and if this game doesn't live up to the expectations of the Witcher fans, it's going to disappoint a lot of people, and it's not going to be fair to those who, you know, who spent years making this game to just be like, nah, skip. I don't want to play it. It's broken. This sucks. Because then we're gonna have to have you know, Cyberpunk 2077 like rebuilt or some sort of like, you know, try to get people excited for this game again. Kind of what they did with like Beyond No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, people were excited for it. It was a disappointment. Then they're like, hey, No Man's Sky Beyond. It's everything that we had announced before. It's in the game now. Like, come back and play it. Like, you know, we promise it won't be a disappointment. Like, come play the game. So I understand the precaution that they're doing. And this game is massive as it is. So, I mean, they're saying it's gonna be like what, like 300 hours, supposedly. So
it's something crazy.
So I mean,
that's the amount of hours put into this game.
So it's just not a game that I would want to have it come out and not.
All I can say is, with all these delays, all these postponements, and everything else, this game better be worth it.
Yeah,
I'm going to be highly disappointed if the game isn't. Like, that's just one of the things that's going to irritate me, is when they keep postponing games after game, or a game after date after date after date, and then it comes out and it ends up being crap. Oh, that's where I get furious.
But I mean, at this point, you're better off just buying the PS5 version.
Exactly.
Like, there's no.
Exactly.
I mean, even if they have the backwards capability, there's no reason to even buy it on the current gen. You just buy it.
But also, people can't, like, not everybody's gonna be able to afford the PS5 when it first comes out. So,
true.
I mean, it's kind of it's gonna be one of those things of like, okay, well, I can't give you the whole candy bar, you know, with the PlayStation 5, but I can give you a piece of it, and that's Cyberpunk. So, I mean, it's still gonna make people happy. I hope it does, because, like you said, with PS5 just around the corner, if you haven't already pre-ordered your copy, my suggestion is just to wait for the PS5 to come out with it. It's supposed to be backwards compatible, but we don't know that just yet because there hasn't really been any announcement on it being backwards compatible just yet.
Well, they said that the Xbox was going to, if you bought it, the Xbox One version, you were gonna automatically get it for the One X. That's what they said.
And they'll probably do the same thing for this one.
But
the PS5 version.
I do know that right now, because of the postponement, there is a $10 discount if you pre-order it right now. So it's like $49.99 instead of $59.99.
What? Oh, I gotta get on that.
But it's on the retail version and not the digital version. So, It is $49.99 instead of $59.99. And I forget when this sale is going to last. I mean, 3.27 discount.
I don't know. But for the Night City Wire guys, when they actually do air this, we will be hosting it here, so you'll be able to catch it with us live. I don't think we have a time just yet. Do we, Jelly?
They haven't given us a time yet. No. I can try to find it right now.
No, don't worry about it. We'll get it. But just be on the lookout. Again, guys, if you haven't followed us on our organization's Twitter or this channel on Twitch, be sure to, so that way you get those notifications when we go live. As far as we know, it is still supposed to happen on the 25th. Mm-hmm. So be on the lookout for us around the 25th, or some previous posts of when we're going to go and touch this about when it's going live, things like that. And always, you can always join our Discord as well. So you guys can keep yourselves updated. But on to the games that have come out. Now, it is finally here. Finally here. Months, weeks, days have been talking about The Last of Us Part 2, and it is here. Today was actually last night. All depends if you pre-ordered it or you woke your ass up out of bed today and went to GameStop or your nearest game store and bought it at Best Buy, Walmart, wherever you decide to go, or if it came in the mail through Amazon. It is here, guys. Last of Us Part 2. Now, I know some of you have already jumped into it, started playing it. Some of us started playing it last night, if you bought it digitally. But it is here, and I'm so excited. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of moving. I'm in the middle of moving into into my own house, so I have not been able to go get it. I'm kind of disappointed, but moving takes presence, and I'm so disappointed at myself. But best believe that after I move and after I get set up, I will be playing this, guys. This Last of Us Part 2 is 5 years after the first game. So if you haven't played this yet, go get the first one, download it, play it. It's a great storyline, so that way it ties into this. This one happens, like I said, 5 years after the post-pandemic in the United States, where Joel and Ellie traveled across the U.S. to get her over there because she is the one with the cure. No really spoilers. It tells you at the beginning of games. Don't worry, guys. It tells you at the beginning of games, so it's not really something you're going to be mad at me about. It tells you at the beginning of the game. Okay. But Joel and Ellie in this one have settled down in Jackson, Wyoming, which is where they were headed from. I can't remember where they were. They were over there in Maryland, weren't they? Yeah. In the first one, the first one they were in Maryland. So they finally settled down in Jackson, Wyoming. They're living amongst this thriving community, you know, happy, all go lucky, and everything else. And then something happened. Something violently disrupts their peace, and they are not happy. Ellie goes on this freaking all-out vengeance. And she is out for it. She is freaking taking on factions and going after, taking on clickers and strategizing and doing all that. And she's on the hunt for the ones that are responsible for the devastating disruption in the peace at the beginning of the game. Yeah. So, you guys are curious about what's going on with it? Go pick up the first one if you haven't played it and get into the second part, because it is phenomenal. Now, I do know that, Jelly, you're going to be playing it, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing it after we're done here. My wife has been playing it. She started playing it yesterday. Her and I were kind of like deciding, you know, who's going to play it first, because like we do have a dog, and he does like to get in our way sometimes. So, I wanted to live stream it late yesterday, but we didn't want to have to worry about him bugging and all that stuff. So I did watch her play it. I was watching it, but I kind of didn't want to ruin it. But I'm like, I'm just gonna watch it. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna play it either way. So the parts that I saw, the game, I kind of like how they have the pacing of the game. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but it's not just the way that the first one starts, where it's just kind of like all hell has broken loose and you're on the run, and you have your, you know, Joel has his daughter, and you're like on the run. This one is kind of like, it's like it kind of gives you a little recap of the first one, and it tells you, hey, this is Joe and Ellie, like, you remember them, kind of thing, and then it kind of like has like a slow start. So at first I was like, okay, that's cool, like, kind of get us, back into that vibe of, being out in, in the woods, and for those of us like myself who live in California, we don't have woods, so it was nice to see, some of the greenery that is in that world and the graphics. Even like when my wife was playing it, she was like, "Wait, I can move now." I'm like, there's the seamless cutscenes from cutscene to gameplay. You're just like, "Wait, this is gameplay?" Like,
yeah, oh shit,
yeah, like I can move now. Like, so the graphics are great. I already got to I was able to see the life-changing event or whatever, which if you already know, like,
juicy,
like what I predicted basically is one of my predictions came true, which is kind of like, okay, now where do we go from here? So that's kind of where you're going in this game, is where do we go from here? And that's kind of what I like, is what I've seen is you're going along with Ellie, so you're kind of seeing it through her eyes. There is another character that you get to play as, but I'm not going to talk about that. But there is another side story. I wasn't really paying attention to it.
Is it Joel or is it not? Only you will find out.
There is another character in this game, and as to how that person's impact to the story takes place, like I said, I was watching my wife play, and I kind of didn't want to have to relive it twice, so I was like half watching. But like once I saw the life changing event, I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm gonna wait till I stream it because I don't want to have to relive the moment. I don't want to have to relive the moment twice.
You just wanted to see that prediction to see if you were
right. I
just
wanted to see what the motivation was in this game, and I'm like, okay,
cheater.
And I'm like, okay, I was right. I'm good. Like, now it's. I mean, and it's still early on in the game. It's still early on in the game, so it's like I want to know more. Like, there is so much
but
story.
If you guys want to know Jelly's prediction, look at one of our previous podcasts where we cover this game. I think we damn near cover this game in every podcast because it's one of the biggest hype that's been coming out. So if you want to, check out our old episodes. They're on our YouTube with the Project Icarus Gaming. And they're on our Twitch. Some of them are. But they're definitely on our YouTube. So go check them out, guys. So that way you can see Jelly's prediction. Mm-hmm. And, of course, he's already told you that he was right. So,
and one thing that I found interesting, though, is watching her play. They changed the controls on you in this game.
No.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, so the way you shoot is different. And the way you use your that noise... that, like, where you can, like, hear they changed the buttons on that. So I haven't touched the controller to play it, but like I saw how it is, and I'm like, I don't know how it feels yet, but the shoot, the
I
way
do
you
like
shoot.
one of the added effects, though. They added the stagger effect where you can stagger enemies and then action kill.
Yeah. And then the fact that you can go prone too, the prone ability was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
they showed the proning, so we knew about the proning, but the stagger, they didn't show us a staggering effect. And literally in here, you can throw a bottle, rock, or something and stagger the enemy that's coming at you, and then press the action and, shiv them in the neck or the head.
You were able to do that in the first one.
I never was able to.
Well, you're not good enough.
What first one did you play?
No, yeah, you're able to throw a bottle at the clicker, the runners, and then go and grab them. You're able to do that in the first one.
I tried that multiple times. I always got grabbed and munched on.
No.
Maybe I just suck. I don't know. Yeah. I never was able to conduct that.
But yeah, what I find interesting, I replayed the first one at the beginning the other day, and I didn't realize that the first one does a 20-year jump after the beginning. It goes 20 years later, and I'm like, what? So I was like,
yeah.
I had forgotten about that, so I played the first one again just to kind of get myself in the feel, in that like mindset of Last of Us. And I played the beginning, and I'm like, wait, 20 years later? I'm like, what? I'm like, it makes sense. Joel looks old, but I'm like, dang, I didn't realize that it was 20 years.
But see, But see, when you play the first one and it's like that 20-year jump, you would think that Joel looked like hella old. But just in this 5 years, from the first one to now part 2, Joel looks like he aged 20 years.
Yeah.
But it's only been 5. So it's like, okay, maybe all the stress of the post-pandemic takes a toll on your age, you know? I don't know. I mean, we're almost in a pandemic with the corona, but I mean, I still look the same, you know? I mean, minus my hair, you know, I got a haircut.
Well, it hasn't been 5 years yet, that's why.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe 5 years with the coronavirus will be... Maybe I would look a lot older. But I was looking a little bit shaggy, though. That's for sure. But let's move on to our next games. That just reminders, guys, that these games have just hit the street this week. So that way you guys know, if you haven't already picked them up, go pick them up, test them out. And if this is a game for you, go get them. All right? Our next game is Desperado 3. Now, Desperado 3 is a Wild West scenario type of game. It is all about strategy. Now, you play as a character, John Cooper, who joins forces with like 4 or 5 other characters, and you basically are going after reclaiming your redemption to basically clear the bounties that you have over your head by taking out the main guy that's put that bounty out there for you. Now, with each section that you're in, depending on like how you have to strategize. The scenario, the situation that you're in determines on, out of the 5 characters that you play with, how to, go and do it. You can't just go in and shoot and kill and just freaking tank your way through. This game actually tells you have to strategize with it to get through it. If you do not, you will never get to the end of the game. Now, if you're one of those lucky ones who will just tank through it and, fight for your life and actually beat it, then good for you. But in this, if you're a strategic player and you like those tactic kind of games, then this is the game for you. And of course, if you like the Wild Wild West, if you love your westerns and things like that, this is also for you Red Dead Redemption lovers. All them outlaw games that you like to play, this one is for you guys. Definitely go pick it up. If you're a collector, go get the collector's edition. It's pretty cool. It comes with the art book, the music, some actual postcards, and it comes with a music box with 5 interchangeable statues with the music box. So that's pretty cool. The collector's edition isn't that much. It's actually pretty cheap for what all it comes with. So collectors, go check it out. You Wild Westerns fanatics, go pick it up if you like the strategy type of games. Okay, this game is from what I've seen and read, it's pretty awesome. But you have to be a strategic player to get through it. Other than that, let's go to the next one. Jelly, you want to talk about the Disintegration?
Disintegration, it is out now, and it is a multiplayer game. Those of you who are looking for another, like I said, it's a team-based multiplayer. So you gotta have that. It's not just run and gun. You gotta be able to plan out your attacks and how you fight. Your opponents and also the AI. And we talked about it last time. It's kind of similar to Anthem and Destiny, where it's gonna have PvE and PvP combat. I don't see the appeal of this game. If there's somebody out there who can probably has been looking forward to this game, but for myself personally, I'm just a messenger here. This game's out. Check it out. From what I see, it looks like an entertaining game, but I'm not gonna drop $60 on a game that's just, I don't know, heavily multiplayered, team based. Unless I had a group of friends who were like, "Hey, let's jump on this game and go raid and kill some people."
Yeah.
Like this, unless you have a group of friends to play it with, or if you're finding communities who like this game, you're not gonna get the full experience playing this game solo, and that's just unfortunate to have such a heavy team-based, shooter. and
real quick, sorry to cut you off there, Jelly.
Yeah.
But Dr. Wolf is Alpha is asking, are you going to broadcast the Valorant tournament tomorrow? Us ourselves will not be here to broadcast it, but we will be hosting the tournament on our channel. I believe Bent Up is the one actually streaming the game itself.
Bent Up is hosting, and we are co-hosting the tournament.
Yeah, we're going to be co-hosting it, but we personally, me and Jelly will not be here like commentating the game or anything else like that, but it will be here on the Project Icarus Gaming Twitch site for you guys to watch because we will be hosting it here. Do we have anything else for Disintegration?
No, that's all I gotta say. It's a team-based shooter.
All right. So if you guys are you guys are into Destiny 2 or Anthem and things like that, this is a game that's sort of similar to it. Go check it out. Let us know what you guys think with it. Okay. Let's go to the next game that's just recently came out as well. Now this came out on the 15th. For all you card players, all you ones that like Gwent and League of got Magic the Gathering and what'd you say?
Hearthstone
And stuff like that. This is another game for you. Now this is a card building, a deck building game with basically you build your deck and your deck of cards that you build determines the fate in your life. Now this will basically go through and how you basically pick your job, what friends you make, what your next scenario is. It determines on the card that you select and pick. So your decisions are very important in this game. You're building your deck of cards is very important. So just make sure that you take care your decision. Just don't go through and click a bunch of cards that you think you might need. Just because that's what I normally do. I'm like, I don't know. Let me look at this one. I guess I need that one. I don't know what this one does. Let's just put it in here. You have to make sure that you read the card, understand what you're doing, because the game goes off of what you build in a deck in your hands. So, and every time you build a deck, the game is different. So regardless of what you pick and everything, the game will be different every time you play it. This is available on Steam for you guys. It came out on the 15th. So definitely go look at it if those card games are for you. If they're not, then we'll move forward. If it is, go check it out, guys. Now onto the new game, Waking. Waking is one of those emotional kind of games, kind of like the game's Journey and can't think off the top of my head. I'm having a brain fart, guys.
What's it called?
But this is basically one of those ones that is heartfelt, heartwarming. It's full of emotions and self-reflect and remembrance of combining. It's crazy. Now this is basically twisted pathways like in your mind, and you're on a quest to basically wake up. I feel like this game is kind of like what you would do if you were like in a coma in your own mind, trying to fight your way through your dark, your dark inner demons. You're facing your fears. You're summoning memories of your old loved ones, so that way you can find your way to, basically awake. And you have to go after the ones that pretty much don't want you to wake up, which is your inner demons. Basically, and you just it's
kind of like that one what's that game that is oh my god, it's on Xbox. It kind of has to do with like it has a female protagonist, and she's like what game is it? It's getting a sequel too. It's like kind of like there's like an alternative reality behind your character. And it has to do with like mental illness and all that stuff. I forget what game it is.
I know what you're talking to. I cannot remember. It's a name too. It's a name.
Yeah, it's one of the
not like a name of a game, but it's. I think what you're talking about is a name, like it's a person's name. I know what you're talking about, and I cannot think of it. Is it?
I'm trying
Because I
to.
know there's a game like that that's called. Is it Anna that talks
Hellblade.
about fighting?
Hellblade Sasuna.
I'm thinking of Anna. That's the one where you're
Oh.
facing kind of like something that like cancer.
No, I was thinking about no, it's a Ninja Theory game, Hellblade, and it has to do with mental
Oh,
illness.
oh, Hellblade.
Yeah, that's what it kind
Yeah.
of reminds me of.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. That one's about anxiety
mm,
and stuff like that. Uh, Annie, something like that. It's about cancer.
oh,
Um, kind of like what I read about it because I wanted to pick it up and I never got to. I never got to pick it up and play it. So,
hmm.
But if you like these emotional type of games, these heartwarming, heartfelt, self-reflecting games, then this one is for you. It's very beautiful. I looked at a bunch of gameplay on it. It's a gorgeous game. But let's move on to the next game that we got coming out, or that has hit the market already. If you haven't gotten it already, you should.
Mm-hmm. Burnout Paradise Remastered is finally on the Switch. It is full 60 frames per second. All DLC that has come out for Burnout Paradise is available on the remastered version of the Switch. I believe it's $39.99. And you know you're getting a lot with this game. I mean, having already played it on the previous console, and now just having it on the go, that's something worth having. It's not as I know they have Asphalt on the Switch as well, but this will kind of give it a more premium experience, mind you, of not having to worry about microtransactions and all that. This will give you a full-on open world racing game. The Switch doesn't really have that many racers aside from like Nicktoons Racing and Mario Kart.
Yeah.
This is kind of giving you a better, enjoyable experience that the Switch community kind of needs. I know it's a remastered, but still, it's a step in the right direction, especially with EA and coming out with more and more games for the Switch. This is just another game to add to your library if you don't already own it. Not a bad game to have on the go, playing that handheld.
No, if you remember playing this as a kid or at your younger years, I mean, it was originally out on the PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and so just retouch your childhood, guys, and pick it up. Now it's for the Switch. Take it anywhere. Go tear up that city wherever you want. So if you're a destructive kind of player and you want to tear shit up, this game is for you guys. Another game that had previously come out is the Coma 2. Let's go to the next slide. Now, the Coma 2 is a pretty nifty game. It is a kind of like a platform side-scroller based game. It is a horror. This one you will uncover the dark secrets of the Sewa district. So if you're into horror games, you want the experience. If you like, it is comic based storyline, so it does do that for you. If this your type of game, if you like the Japanese genre or the Asian type of games in this aspect, then this one is for you. It is out today. It came out today for PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. So when you go to download Burnout Paradise Remastered, you can go ahead and get this one as well because they're both awesome games for you to get. You can carry them anywhere. And after you get the living shit scared out of you with the Coma 2, you can calm down and take your stress out on some Burnout Paradise. Okay? So go check those games out, guys. They just recently came out for the Switch for you to go download. All right?
Now we're getting
let's
into
talk
our
about
sales.
The good stuff, the sales, the money saving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now the money saving stuff is here, guys. We will talk about it and release this information out to you. If you already don't know about it, the PlayStation Store is having the retro save. Now in the retro saving remasters and retros for the PlayStation game, you can save up to 54% on selected games here at the PlayStation sale going on right now until July 1st. So we don't have long, guys. We got about 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So get in there, relive your childhood favorite games, such as the adventure ones like we got Spyro, we got Crash Bandicoot, the Crash Team Racing. There's a few others in there that you can adventure, like the Resident Evil, Code Veronica, Max Payne, Burnout Paradise. If you don't have a Switch, you can go pick it up right there through the PlayStation Store for real cheap. I don't know the exact price for it.
For what game?
And if you're like, what's that?
What game are you talking about? Max Payne?
Burnout.
Oh, Burnout. It's $10. It's $10 in the PlayStation Store.
There you go, guys. So, if you have the Switch, you can go get it. If you have the PlayStation, you can spend $10 and relive that childhood with one of those favorites. And if you're not one of those adventure type people, and you're like the more outspoken games like Max Payne, Bully, the GTA trilogy, we got Vice City, we got there's all kinds of games on there. Metal Slug, Resident Evil, the old Call of Duties. So this one hits just about anybody and everybody type of game genre. It isn't just selected on just a few. It touches on horror, open world, RPGs, first person shooters. This one has got a huge selection.
Yeah, this isn't all the games either. These are just some of the games. These are just some of the games that are available. The entire list is in the store. I couldn't fit all of them, or else you wouldn't be able to see any of the games. There's a lot. There's a lot of games on sale.
There's over 150 games there, guys. So go check them out. Huge sale going on with the remaster and retro. And like I said, it's up to 54%. Saving up to 54% on some of the selected games. And take this opportunity. If you missed out on our last the double discount and the days of play, there's this one. It's just as good as the previous one. So if you missed out, you came across some couch money, or you sweet talked your mama into giving you $100, go look at these games, check them out, pick out the ones that you want, and get in on it. All right. We also have some free games. I'm not a PC player. So I'll let Jelly discuss some of the free games that we got coming out for Epic.
All right. So Epic Games, as you guys know, the Epic Games Store does give out free games. Every Thursday, there's a free game that they release. This week, it was supposed to be The Escapist 2 and Pathway, but they did tweet out that they had an inconvenience. They had a delayed Escapist 2, but Pathway is out. It is a turn-based strategy game. You have 5 different campaigns, discovering a web of events. It is your decisions do affect the gameplay of this game. There's 16 unlockable characters. They have their own skill sets, their own quirks, their own combats, and the characters that you use in the story also affect on how the story and your encounters play out throughout the game as well. So they do have different. It's called it's called Recover and Replay, where if you don't like the way a scenario plays out, you can always redo that chapter and try a different set of characters and see how it plays out differently. So that's pretty cool. It's not like a permanent, outcome. You can always go back and change some of the decisions you made. It is free to play right now until the 25th, and then they're going to have these new set of games that are going to be following those games as well. So go ahead and redeem it. It is free. All you have to have is just an Epic Games account and just have it downloaded on your PC. I just been redeeming them. I don't download them. I just redeem them just to have my library growing for when I ever do want to just jump on something that I've run out of games to play. I have these games as a backup.
So there you guys go. For all you PC players out there, Epic Games got some free games coming up. And even if you're not a PC player, guys, like Jelly said, build your library. Eventually, you will have that day where you're just like, you know what? I got a hair up my ass. I'm just going to friggin' try a PC game. and then you had that library already built up. These are free games. Take the opportunity to save them and put them on an external hard drive if you have to. Or like he does, just redeem them until you're ready to play them. Download it and then uninstall. It's totally up to you guys. But the code will be there for you to redeem, so that way you get that free game just to have it in your store, your iCloud, wherever you have it. But definitely take this opportunity. Touching bases back, do you have anything else for Epic Games?
That is all. I mean, I'm looking forward to Stranger Things. I want to try that game out next week.
Yeah. I played Stranger Things 3. I loved it for the PS4. I love the seasons as well. Stranger Things 4 is coming out pretty soon. So I'm a big Stranger Things fan. I love it. I have watched each season at least 6-7 times.
Oh my god!
Now, before it was 3 or 4, but now it is 6-7. I have watched it so many times. I just love it. It doesn't get old. You know, I'm an 80s kid. I can respect it. I can relate to it. It's just a really great season. But we're not here to promote Stranger Things 3. But when the game comes out, definitely go get it, download it on download it on your computer. It does have some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the seasons already, go to Netflix and not download it, but and stream it. You know, go look at it. Go watch it. It does start off slow, but let me tell you, it gets juicy, guys. Going back to the PlayStation, if you cannot afford or take the opportunity to get into the remaster or retro sale going on with PlayStation, just a reminder, you do have the PlayStation Plus June games that are out. We have the Call of Duty World War II and the Star Wars Battlefront 2 out as well. Hopefully these games are for you guys. For me, unfortunately, they are not. So I will not be partaking in these games, but I will hopefully get into the next one, which we will hopefully get to expose to you next episode. Perhaps it's close enough. We should be.
Yeah, they should be announcing something soon.
But anyways, you have until July 6th for both of these games. So take the advantage. Download them. They're free if you have PlayStation Plus. Not only do we have PlayStation free games for you, but we have the Xbox games for you as well. If you have the Xbox Live Gold with the Game Pass and everything else, they are combined. So with the Xbox Live Gold, you have missed out on 2 of the previous games, Shantae the Cursed Pirate and the Pirate Curse and Destroy All Humans. What is out now is going to be Coffee Talk and Senmora. Coffee Talk is where you basically run a coffee shop and you're talking and basically giving people advice, working through their problems, and just helping people out. You're running a coffee shop, and just like you would a bar or anything else, you hear about problems and discussions and just conversations, and you take part in it. It's that kind of it's a narrative-based game, so it's very peaceful, smooth, and relaxing. So if that's the kind of game for you, go download it. Shenmue is one of those I wouldn't say fancy, but one of those airplane kind of games where you like Contra, as I've been previously told before by my co-host Jelly Jugs. It's kind of like Contra where you just basically move, shoot, and just keep going. It's kind of like one of those old arcade games. Kind of like the 1422 or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly. Yeah. So those kind of games are for you. Go check it out. But so if you did not get to Shantae or Destroy All Humans, I do apologize. You just missed out because they were only available in the first of the month. We're at the end, the second half of the month. So those are the 2 that are available for the Xbox Live Gold. Moving on to the games that are coming out. Now, this one is going to be huge. Mm-hmm. It is the Duke Nukem, the 20th anniversary Duke Nukem 3D is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Joe, you want to talk about it because it is all about the Nintendo Switch for you guys?
So, Nintendo Switch. This game originally came out in 1996, and then they celebrated the 20th anniversary with PS4 and Xbox One and PC. Now they brought it to the Switch. If you do pre-order it now, you do get it for only $5. The game is $10 right now. Well, when it comes out, it's gonna be $10. When you pre-order, it's only $5. You're getting a whole complete game here. You're not just getting, something that you can complete in like a day. It's gonna have multiplayer. It's gonna have they have this like new, it supports local multiplayer. It also has gyroscope aiming, motion controls for the Nintendo Switch. So they did revamp it for the Switch. They did use, I don't really like gyroscope controls, but I know there's some people who like using the that movement. I don't know why, but to each their own, I guess. Another cool thing is that they, just like the other remastered or the other anniversary edition, it is going to have a 5th episode that wasn't part of the original 1996 version. So it's gonna have a special, So for those of you who were fans of the old original, this is gonna give you a whole episode that wasn't playable in the original game. I like these games. I grew up playing these type of games, so having
not me.
these.
I have a very depressing kid story about it. Because my mom would never let me play this. I actually had to go to a friend's house to play this game because of the tassels on some of the characters. So I never got to play it. But now I can tell my mom I'm going to go get Duke Nukem 3D and play it on the Switch and take it anywhere.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Jelly. What you were saying, man?
But yeah, I mean, $10, $5 if you pre-order is not bad. I mean, and you get a multiplayer online or co-op on local. So it's you're getting a whole package here for only $10 or $5 if you pre-order it. So I do believe it comes out on what was it?
23rd.
The 23rd. Yeah. So if you are gonna pre-order it now. It's kind of weird because they say you can pre-order the pre-order bonus until July. But I don't know, some of these websites and
we're trying to figure that one out because you have get this, guys. The game comes out on the 23rd of June. You have until July 7th to pre-order this game to get 50% off. I don't know how that works out. How you can pre-order a game after the fact it's already out because you have till July 7th to pre-order a game that comes out June 23rd. We haven't figured it out yet. It's everywhere. I don't think they've updated any of that information. Maybe somebody was drunk that day. I don't know. But I wish we could inform you guys. But it's not a bad deal to get a lot of game to pre-order a game and get a lot of it for just 50% off. Why pay $10 later when you can pay $5 now?
Yeah.
I wish they kind of did this with all pre-order games. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
It would definitely be awesome for us to be able to do that. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, like there's some games I waited 8 months for it to come out. Almost a year. In fact, I think I waited a year and a half for Final Fantasy VII when I pre-ordered it.
Oh my god.
There's
some games where you pre-order and then they get it delayed and then you gotta wait even longer.
Yeah, so I think Cyberpunk also gave you a $10 discount too.
Yeah.
So I mean that's something, but a lot of games don't offer that.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty cool. With the who are the developers for this again?
Oh my god, you would do.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys. But I mean that's pretty awesome of them to pre-order it and you get it for $5. So take the advantage on it, guys. Check it out. Pre-order it if you have the Switch. Let's move on to our next game.
Hold on.
All you SpongeBob SquarePants, fans. I used to be. I used to love watching it until it just I don't know. I just kind of fell off, But SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottoms. Again, you play as SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, and other unique characters with sets of skills. You go up against Plankton and his evil plans rule Bikini Bottoms with his wacky robot army. You got to save Bikini Bottoms. You got to take on that evil plankton, destroy him, and everything else. And you can do it playing SpongeBob, Patrick, or Sandy. They're bringing in a lot of characters into it. You got Mr. Krabs that's going to show himself in there with the Krusty Krabs. You got Squidward. He's going to make an appearance here and there with his depressing self. And you guys gotta check it out. Now it is a remake. Now the remake does feature a
new
high-end visual resolution, so it's all going to be smooth out. It's not going to be all pixelated like the old game and everything else. It's coming into like the 1080, the 4K, and all that jazz. They got a brand new horde mode for multiplayers, up to 2 players, online or split screen. So it's up to you whether you want to play co-op couch or online. Correct, Jelly?
Yeah. Yep. Online co-op as well. All
right. And then you got there's also restored content that was cut from the original game. It's a robot Squidward boss fight.
Yep.
So that wasn't in the original game, but it is going to be in the rehydrated, aka Remastered. So go check it out if you're a SpongeBob fan. They do have collector's editions. They have 2 types. One that offers 3 statues. Another one that's a little bit cheaper and it offers 1 statue. But go check them out. They are all still available. None of them have been sold out as of yet. As of this morning when we checked on it. I checked on it. I like to make sure that my collectors are aware that these things are out. But they are still available. Go check them out. All depending on how much you want to spend on collector's editions. They come with like keychains,
SpongeBob socks.
Yeah, they do come with quite a few things. So you do get your money's worth out of this one as well, just like you did in Desperado 3 with the collector's editions. You're not just going to get a postcard and an art book for $150.
Yeah.
So go check it out. The collector's edition are still available for you guys. On to the next game, which I'm going to let Jelly Jokes talk about.
All right, so Ninjalah. So this game, I was looking into it a little bit today, and before. It's interesting. So it is a free to play. They're marketing it as a battle royale, but this game is not a battle royale. So it is so there's 2 modes. So there is I wouldn't call it a deathmatch mode. So there's a deathmatch mode where you're fighting to be top of the leaderboard. You're in this arena fighting with bubblegum and like different types of weapons and abilities that you get to choose from, and you customize your character's weapon and loadout, and then it throws you in a map. And as you're defeating your opponents, you're getting points, and whoever has the highest score in the end wins. The interesting thing about this game, this fighting mechanic, is that they have this parry system where if say you and another person attack at the same time, you're put on this screen. It's like a up, down, left, right, kind of like a rock, paper, scissors screen. And if you both pick the right direction, then you parry the attack. If you choose the opposite direction, then the other person, I forgot how it works, but it's like the game decides who gets the attack in. If it's the person who missed the parry or the person who got the parry on the nose. But what I liked more about this game was the team mode, the 4v4 team battle. That's the mode that I'm gonna be like playing more of.
Yeah.
Just because it's a better team game than it is an open deathmatch. It just looks chaotic. I was watching the gameplay, and like you use the bubble gum as a shield, and then you can throw the bubble gum, and it like does damage to the opponents. It's free to play, so I mean it's not gonna hurt me to download it. I already have it ready to play once it does come out fully. But it's just the fact that they're marketing it as a battle royale. When I think of battle royales and how battle royales are usually, you don't have anything on you, and you have to go and get your own weapons and equipment, and then fight it out. This one, you already have the weapons and you just spawn in the map, and then you're fighting in a arena. It's not really, and the maps aren't even that big to begin with because it is only 8 players.
This kind of game is more like what's that one, the Smash Brothers?
Yeah, it's kind of
where you're already equipped, but it's not side scroll. It's open world. It's a full like 3D map, and then everything else. It isn't 2D or anything, or 2D 3D. I guess is how you would describe
3D. There you do have like wall running, and you do have like special jump moves. Your characters do get loadouts for like certain abilities. Some people have a special dash. Some people can have like like I said, you have a baton and you can like throw your bubble gum and then it freezes the opponent and then you can attack them that way. But it's just like the deathmatch aspect of this game. To me, it doesn't have the appeal. Like I like deathmatch games. I was always into those like Quake and arena shooters. But this just seems like a huge, massive pile of like chaos. Like I just can't see how it's gonna be fun because it's you against 7 other people, and you're gonna be fighting somebody. Someone's gonna come and steal your kill because that's how these games are, where you're fighting somebody, you bring them down to your the lowest health, and then someone comes to the side and gets the last hit, and there goes your points. One thing that I did see, I was watching a video of, is so the way that the scoring system works is when you knock someone out or they kill them, you get points and then you respawn back into the game. So it's not a battle royale where you die and you wait until there's only 1 or 2 people remaining. You do have they're 4-minute matches, which isn't bad. So you have 4 minutes to try to get the highest score. And then what I found interesting, there's this thing called iPon. So that's what I was talking about, the parry system where we both hit, and if I break your parry, at the end of the game, whoever has the most iPons, which means like deflective parries or whatever, you get an additional 1,000 points added to your score. So one of the complaints that I was reading online was that the fact that you get 1,000 points added, it's kind of like you're leaving it up to chance at the end. Because like you gotta hope that you had the most parries. If not, then you're gonna end up losing because somebody else who you may have not encountered got parried and won the game. That's why I'm gonna go mostly with the team-based 4v4 aspect of it all because like I said, this game it looks fun, but I want to play 4v4 and not the deathmatch.
Well, maybe our next episode we'll have a little bit more on it. Jelly, like he said, he has it already pre-order download. It is free to play. It comes out on the 24th. So our next episode we'll have a little bit more information, insight on it. I'm actually going to get onto Jelly and make him play this the night that it comes out. So that way we have a little bit more information for you guys with this game. Because a lot of it just sounds so complicated with parries and this and how the scoring system works that we could just tell you that it's free to play. So if you do get it, you didn't waste any money. If it turns out to be good, then it turns out to be good. With this game. So hopefully, with the whole mix and matching, creating styles of your own with other players and how they do things and how you come out on top. We'll get more insight on it when we get Jelly Jugs to play. B just came in to our channel. Welcome, B. How is your evening going? While she's letting us know how the rest of her evening is going, we are going to go on to the next game. Again, guys, this is Ninjalah. Check it out. It's free to play. The next game that we're going to be talking about is the Blair Witch. Now, this is coming out to Switch. Now, usually Jelly Jugs talks about all the Switch games and stuff like that, but I'm going to take the opportunity and talk about this Switch game. I do not own a Switch myself. Well, my wife does. I don't, but she doesn't really let me play on her Switch because it's hers. And she's like, you have your Xbox and PlayStation. I'm like, all right, fine. But we're going to talk. I'm going to give it talk about this one. Now, I like to talk about the Blair Witch because it is a horror game. It is a survival horror mechanical game. Not only is it a horror, survival horror mechanics and stuff like that, but it is also a stealth game. This one is pretty fun. Now, the game focuses on you having to be stealthy and surviving the horrors of a first-person perspective. You're in the woods as a player that only uses items such as just a camera, a cell phone. You even have a dog named Bullet that helps you track down and follow the trails of a missing girl.
Oh boy.
She's like 9 years old. Her name is Peter Shannon, which is it a girl or boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Well, boy, since it's Peter Shannon. So a 9-year-old boy. I don't know why I said girl. Peter Shannon, who while fending off shadowy creatures. So it's not you're gonna have those jump scares. It is creepy as shit. Okay, so QT even said it. This game is a creepy game. So he already played it because it is out on Xbox and PlayStation. But it's finally coming out to Nintendo Switch. So if you haven't had the opportunity to play it or have a PlayStation or Xbox or PC yourself, and you only have that Switch, this is a game that you can get into. And it kind of, I don't know, like holding the Switch a little bit closer to you to play and getting those jump scares, you're probably going to piss or shit yourself. I'm not going to lie. It does have its good jump scares. I have not gotten to play this yet, but I do love my horror games. I watched a lot of gameplay on it because I have friends who have played this, and let me tell you, there are a couple of them. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'll tune in next time, bro, because it does have its good jump scares. Along the way, the player will find strange wooden dolls for photographs, cassette players that are all freaking creepy. I'm telling you guys, this is a really good game. If you like them, if you like solving puzzles and being scared at the same time. By like using footages and things like that, reviewing stuff to track down this 9-year-old boy, this game is for you. So it's kind of got a little bit of everything: puzzles, solving mysteries, surviving horror. It's a really great game. It comes out June 25th for you guys on the Switch. Check it out. It's I have a blast watching until I get scared. And I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. I'll see you later. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm not gonna lie. So B is saying that she's enjoyed her cheeseburger Friday. Well, that's good. Well, that's crazy because I had a cheeseburger myself, B. And Icy Wolf really likes his Switch too. Oh, that's good. That's good. It seems like a lot of people that have the Switch don't like sharing the Switch.
Yeah, no, my wife had to get her own Switch too.
See? Jelly had to buy his wife her own Switch because he couldn't share. My wife is just like, you're not playing on my Switch. This is my Switch. I'm like, okay, geez. All right, fine. Yeah. I have not gotten me one yet because of Corona being out of work or my accident and stuff like that. So eventually I will be buying my own and playing some of these games. But anyways, guys, let's move on to the next game that is coming out. And it is for the Nintendo Switch as well, and for the PS4. It is Fairy Tail. Now, if you're an anime watcher, this is out on Netflix and I think Hulu. But if you like animes, then you are familiar with Fairy Tales. Now, you can control this Dragon Slayer Natsu, and over 10 different characters will be playable in this game. This game comes out June 26th. Now, in addition to Natsu, the following have been confirmed that you get to play is Wendy, Lucy, Gray, and Urza. The game doesn't cover the entirety of the anime, but it does cover several features, arcs from it. Okay, the story in this one focuses on the point where the characters are rebuilding the guild, which ties directly into the gameplay. You accept missions and requests, like a bunch of side quests and things like that, slowly raising your guild's renown to new heights. So basically, it's a ranking system. So basically, the more side stuff you do, the more you build that reputation for people to like you and build your guild's notary level, I guess. Like they want you around, they love you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but as you earn money in the missions and things like that, you can upgrade your guild's exterior. So you're going to be able to add magic shops and better quest boards. So as far as I know, that from what I was reading is you have this quest board that constantly updates, and you have daily or I don't know if they're daily or weekly quests that you can go in and complete. But you have like a guild house that you can upgrade. I don't know exactly what you can do on the insides of it. As of it, I don't know if it's automatically like you just buy it and it upgrades on itself, or you could buy the upgrades and then position your stuff as you would in your own home. The characters will join your guild throughout the stories. So as you come across them, they'll be joining you along your quest and so forth. But you can do a lot with this game, apparently. It's huge, from what I understand, as well. It's open world. It's huge. There's hundreds of hours of gameplays in this. So if you have followed the anime, you can pick it up with the game. It's going to be a blast. I watched some of the animes. I haven't watched every episode. I plan on it, but I have caught a few of the episodes myself. So I will be picking this up and playing it because it is an RPG, and I love RPGs. It does have that Persona 5 or Persona kind of battling system in it, so it's gonna. It looks like it's gonna be fun. I watched some videos on it, some of what we got right here for you guys. It looks like it's gonna be a great game. So, it is. I do recommend it being 18 and older, mature, because there are some nudity levels in it. So parents, beware of that. But yeah, guys, it comes out on the 26th. Definitely, if you're an RPG or JRPG, pick them up. It's going to be a blast. All right. Kind of like the Dragon Ball game, Kakarot.
Kakarot. Well, no, yeah, Kakarot is Kakarot's fighting, but yeah. I like the elemental weaknesses though. That's pretty cool. Not a lot of games do that with turn-based RPGs. So I always enjoyed that mechanic of having to worry about is it a fire, is it a water, or should I attack it with my do I just attack it with my fist? Would I do more damage that way? So I like Persona. So this game is. I haven't even seen this anime, but I always hear people talk about it. But yeah, I always get this one confused.
Hopefully I can get moved and set up for me to play this one. Because I'm missing out on my other one because we're in the process of packing and moving and getting everything switched over to the new house. So hopefully we can get freaking sorted and ready for me to freaking play this. That's coming out on the 26th. So fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed.
But I always confuse this game, or not this game, but this anime with My Hero Academia, just because of the way the guy's hair is. His like spiky hair. It always reminds me of the same guy from. It reminds me of the guy from My Hero Academia. Like they both have that similar spiky hairstyle. But yeah, I mean, anime games have been. I always enjoyed them, but I always wait for a sale because it's just $60. I'm very selective when.
Sounds like Jack has a lot to say, huh?
Huh, Zach? Yeah, he's over there barking. He likes to bark, and Issa's not here to tame him, so.
he got a lot to say over there. He's just like, nope, not a fairy tale fan. Nope.
Danny says that My Hero will never beat this one. I'm not saying that it's better. I'm just saying that this game, this
every
character.
Every time we mention fairy tale, he starts working.
He's not a fan of it.
I don't think he likes. RPGs, man.
No, he's like.
I haven't heard of it until we started talking about RPGs. Did you I think you put your dog up to this. He hates RPGs. Zach, this one's okay, bud. I promise. This isn't your normal boring RPG, dude. I promise. But do you see yourself playing this one then? Since it's kind of got that Persona feel to it.
I mean, I could. Like I said, I would wait for a sale because I'm not gonna pay $60 for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if
there he goes, he wants to sell.
Yeah.
God.
Same thing with Kakarot. I wanted to play Kakarot, but I'm waiting for a sale at like $20.
Dude, they've had multiple sales on Kakarot.
No, but I want it to be 20. 20 is my sale price. $30 is not a sale price for a game. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. Jelly Jugs is such a tight wad that he could hold a penny between his ass cracks, guys.
Hey! I bought The Last of Us.
He likes to have all the game and on sale. While the sale has a discount on that sale, that's when he'll buy it.
Yep, that's me. If the game is, I bought The Last of Us.
Yeah, that is true. You did. But that's because it ain't going to really have all these DLCs to come with it, you know?
Exactly.
So,
I like to wait. And I know with these games, they're going to have some sort of bundle. And I'm going to wait for that bundle to come out.
Yeah. Real quick, though, I see Danny that's come into the chat as well. Welcome, Danny. How is your evening going? We are reaching the end of our podcast, but he says, "Ooh, fairy tale." So I take it you're a fairy tale fan as well. My Hero Academia will never beat this one anytime. No, most definitely not. Like Fairy Tail is a really good anime. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely it's on Netflix. I don't remember how many seasons are on it. I think 5 or 6 seasons, but it is really good. It is really a really good anime. So definitely check it out. I haven't watched every single one of them, but the ones that I have seen, I've been stuck to the TV because there was a point in time I did have cable, and I watched it. You know, I watched it on Crunchyroll, but like I said, things have happened, and I haven't been able to catch every one of them. But I will be revisiting Netflix to watch all of these. That way. I can play the game, kind of get the feel of the game, and know what's going on from the episodes from Netflix. Because, as I said before, this covers episodes with the game, kind of like Dragon Ball Kakarot. But it doesn't touch everything, but it does touch some, several. It just doesn't touch all. Jelly Jugs, let's go into the Cyberpunk console. And some of the things that are there that are coming that have come out already. Jelly Jugs is going to talk a little bit more about this for you guys. All right.
So
take it away, Jelly.
So the console and the collector's edition are sold out, but the controller, headset, and I believe the hard drive are still available for purchase. But we did talk about how this game is delayed until October. If those of you who are looking to buy this game, if you want to buy it now, you do get a $10 discount on the game. But yeah, so if you are looking, this is for Xbox only. So Xbox controller and headset are on sale. These are collector's items if you are into having multiple Xbox controllers, or if you're in need of a controller. Your Xbox controllers, your triggers aren't working as they should be, or your buttons aren't, they're not as good as they could be. It
is a steep price for a new controller, $75.
It is, but I mean, if you're into Cyberpunk, it's not. I would pay this for a controller.
$75.
I bought. Look at, I have my purple controller here. I have my red controller. I'm a controller collector. I have like 3 other controllers. The anniversary.
Yeah, but all those were still the same price. They weren't like $80 a piece.
No, I bought the anniversary when the anniversary one was a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would.
But if you're, I guess I don't know. to me, like it's like, okay, do I want to spend $60 for a fancy blue one, or do I want to spend $75 for just a cyber? That's just me. It's kind of like Jelly in video games. He likes to have all of it, and it be on a discount. For me, controllers. I guess I'm the same way with controllers. It's like I just need a controller, and since I play so many hours on these damn things. I don't think I'm going to spend $75 on something that's probably going to go out in about 6 months because we play so much on them, being streamers ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not, and you just collect it and throw it on your wall or something, or put it with your steelbooks case or something, if you're one of those people, because there are some of them out there, then it's still available.
Mm-hmm.
Still available. Jelly Jugs is covering this one mostly, so we're both of us going to be on the lookout. But he's mainly going to be the one covering whether or not they're going to come out with some more additions to the Xbox One, so you guys can have the Cyberpunk edition. I do know that they made very few limited ones. I mean, you can find them on eBay.
Well, I did see the other day, there's a European website called Game, and they had the Cyberpunk Collector's Edition for sale. I mean, you had to pay it in euros, but I mean, if you're looking to buy it and you want that big statue and everything else, I mean, how far are you gonna go to get that collector's edition? There are ways that you can pay for the get the euro conversion and get it delivered to you. You're gonna pay more, but I mean it's better than paying that reseller price. Because I know there's some people who resell. Some people I wanted that anniversary PS4, the blue one. Me and Bunny were trying to get it, and it sold out quick, and people were selling it for double the price, and we're just like, nope. We're just going to buy the controller, and this is our anniversary.
Yeah. So, I mean, already, you guys, it's expensive, but Jelly is covering it to where as soon as there's some kind of information about them, releasing some more, but as soon as we even get that information, it's like, boom, it is gone.
Yeah.
So many people want this collector's editions or this console edition of Cyberpunk that as soon as it even hits the news, like seconds later, it's gone. When they came out and announced that they were coming out with some more collector's editions of the Cyberpunk, like we no more were able to wake up and it was gone. We checked our emails, we got the newsletter on it, and we checked it and it was just gone. It's gone. So it happens just that fast. We are going to cover it. We're going to cover this one we are going to cover The Last of Us Part 2. So as soon as we get some kind of announcement on these big hype collector's editions for you guys, we're gonna let you know. So all right,
and then to cover the last bit of news that we have for today is our Pokemon Snap. Now, Pokemon had this event. They didn't tell anybody they were going to have an event. They just kind of had an event. And they announced Pokemon Snap coming to the Switch. It's a remake of the old Nintendo 64, but they have all the generations of Pokemon in this one. For those of you who'd never played the original Pokemon Snap, the way that this game works is you're on this this transporter you see right here in the screen. This is transporting machine, kind of like Jurassic World, how they're in that orb pod looking thing. And the way you fill out your Pokédex is you take pictures of the Pokemon, and depending on how your photo is, it depends on how well you get scored. So, for instance, if you get Pikachu eating an apple, it's a better picture than just him standing or running. So there isn't really much information about when this game is going to come out, but it is coming, and that is a huge announcement. especially since it's going to be on the Switch. I kind of hope that they do something with the because the Switch has a capture button, a screen cap button. So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with the Switch and Pokemon Snap. But yeah, I'm ready for it. When they showed this trailer and I saw it on YouTube, I was like, heck yeah! Like, why I've been waiting for a new Pokemon Snap for a long time, and now it's coming. I'm ready. It's time.
Yeah. Well, if you're a photographer, then this is definitely the game for you.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially like moments. There's a point in the game, in the original game, you have to, like, you're in space and like you have to try to get a picture of Mew, and it's like super hard, and like the only way to do it, so like you throw apples out and then it lures out Pokemon to come in front of you so you can take a picture with them, and like you replay the levels over and over again so that way you can get that perfect shot. I remember playing it, and like it tells, at the end of the game, it tells you which characters or which Pokemon were available to take a picture of, and you're like, well, where were they? And then you have to replay it and throw apples out, and then you find them, and you're like, okay, cool. So there is a replayability to this game. And I'm interested to see what they're going to add to it, because, like I said, for the Nintendo 64, it was cool. It was, I remember playing it as a kid, and it was like, taking pictures of Pokemon, like, it was awesome. But now, like, with technology evolving, there's got to be something more that they're gonna put in this game besides from just like taking pictures. There's got to be something more to it, and I hope that with the whole.
Now, do we know when exactly this game is coming out?
No, they didn't say when it was going to come out. There is no release date or even a release window. They just. But I do know that on June 25th, they're going to have another Pokemon event. But it's going to be like at 7 in the morning or like 6 in the morning because, in Japan, they're ahead of us. So. We'll
so we won't be able to air that.
Yeah, no.
Unless we woke up like wee hours in the morning to air it, we won't be able to touch that for you guys. But the more and more we get closer to a release date, or as soon as we get information about it, we will let you guys know. If you're one of those individuals that played the original Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo 64 and had a blast with it, well, be on the lookout because it is coming to the Nintendo Switch system here, hopefully soon.
I mean, I can't see why this game
more than just taking pictures.
Yeah, I can't see why this game is far from release, because I mean it is a pretty simple game. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like I know how to make video games or anything, but like, there is no reason why this game's gonna need a 2021 window. Especially like all the footage that it shows in the trailer, like it basically looks done. I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless they add,
I don't know. We'll have our ear to the ground for you guys, so that way we can get more information on this, or as soon as more information comes out about what they're going to be, maybe add to the game when the release date is, or are they just keeping it the old original Pokemon Snap and just releasing it for the Switch. Because it is a Nintendo exclusive.
For those of you who don't know, like the iconic Pikachu on a surfboard, that is from Pokemon Snap. So, that's kind of like one of those iconic moments where I hope it's in the game, because that's kind of like when I remember ever seeing Pikachu on a surfboard. It's like, hey, like it's pretty funny because it's like, well,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. I want this game like now. Like I was honestly when I saw it, I thought they were gonna be like out today, because I mean it looks done. It looks like it could just be out already. But I know they had other like non-exciting, like it was like okay announcements of Pokemon. They're trying to make Pokemon a household name, which is kind of interesting. But there's a couple other like Pokemon announcements that like there's a mobile Pokemon. It's called Pokemon Smile, and it's kind of like a brushing your teeth. Kind of get your kids to brush their teeth, and like you have like Pikachu like on the screen, and like you're like brushing your teeth, and the way that you can wear like a Pikachu hat, and like you use the front facing camera, and like the kids are brushing their teeth, or you're brushing your teeth with your kids, and you're like leveling up your Pokemon that way. I'm like that's kind of weird, but whatever. Like, anything to get your kids.
That's bad when you gotta a game's gotta encourage your kids to. I'm sorry. A belt encourages my kids to freaking to brush their teeth.
Yeah. So I was just
I guess that makes it fun a little bit. I guess But I don't know. I'm old school. My parents was like, "You don't want to brush your teeth? I got some for you."
Yeah.
My mom would grab a flip flop, switch, something. I brush my teeth real quick. But that's interesting. I feel like Lexi's going to get me to get this because Lexi is a photographer, and I think that she's going to pretty much like this one. I don't know. She might actually take time because my wife is one of those ones that likes to take up photography, take up photography and just like edit some photos. She loves editing and all that. So maybe they add that in this game because I don't think you could have done it in the 64. I don't remember in editing.
No, I know you were able to like go over your like camera reel.
Go over your camera roll, but not any of the editing things like that. Like you can do in most modern day games. So hopefully they have that in this, and it's just not just like just like the old original, just remastered into the new consoles with better graphics and stuff. So we shall see. Let's go to the future of games. We're going to open up the floor for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, we are at the end of this podcast. We like to give you guys 30 seconds to a minute to, pop in and ask those questions, if it's over something that we covered or something that you want us to cover for next episode, we can do that. The floor is yours for the next 30 seconds to a minute. That way you guys can ask those questions and get an answer. For the near future, I'm just going to go ahead and talk as our viewers are, asking questions if they want those answers. But in the near future, we do got some games to talk about. We got some games to remove here. I mean, we got to remove a few of these, actually, and post some of the new stuff that's coming out. But there's going to be a lot of talk here in the future of the podcast. Your guys' love and support in the community would be greatly appreciated. Me and Jelly Jugs work really hard on this podcast throughout the week with gathering as much information on gaming news, which is not easy, guys. So with your support and your love to come by and spend your evenings with us as we broadcast this information to you guys, we greatly appreciate it here at Project Icarus Gaming because a lot of work is put into this. It may look like it's easy, it may look like it's simple, but for us, two guys that have family lives and jobs and things like that, it really is hard because we're looking out for news, we're researching stuff that's coming out and getting information to talk about these games that are hitting the market for you guys, games that are already coming out. We're looking at videos, and let me tell you, trying to do this with kids, it is so hard. It is so hard. But if you haven't already followed us, our organization on our Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever social media is out there, if you haven't already followed us, please do, because we try to get as much information out there to you guys. It's really easy. Visit our website. All of our information is there. It's www.pig.gg. Check us out. Or if you don't and you just want to check in on me or Jelly Jugs, you can do that as well. Like I said, we'd love to hear from you guys. Your opinion matter utmost to us. So we want, if we want your feedback on how the podcast is. We want your feedback on the video games that we don't, if we miss a game out that you're like, hey, you guys should really touch bases on this one. It's really popular or something. Let us know. We can cover it for you guys. We can research that information. We can get a slide up and going, get you a video and things like that. So that way we can get that information to you guys. Again, we want your support. Okay, it goes a long way. But that's it for this episode on the PIGCast, the Project Icarus Gaming Podcast. We like to call it the PIGCast here. Be sure to tune in to us next episode. Next week, we air every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Jelly, do you have anything else before we go ahead and end this? Because we don't have any questions coming from chat right now from our viewers. So we're going to go ahead and close this out for you guys.
Aside from, we do have a bit of a announcement just to give you guys a heads up. We are 2 weeks away from it. So with 4th of July coming up, we will not be airing on the 3rd of July. Just because I know that everyone is going to probably be out. I have personal plans.
Yeah.
So we will not be having a podcast on July 3rd. Just to have
the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. We will keep you updated if we do have a podcast either the following Monday or if we can do it either before. We will keep you updated on that. I haven't, me and Rob have to discuss it. Like he said, it is only the two of us, so we kind of have to navigate news around and see what announcements are being made.
Yeah.
So I mean, it being the beginning of the month, it isn't. I know how important it is to have the podcast up in the beginning of every month. So I'm gonna try and see what we can do to get you guys the news for July, especially with all the new games that are gonna be free for PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live. So we'll keep you guys updated on the next episode. We'll talk a little bit more about it. I just want to give you guys a little heads up now, so that way next week we just don't throw it at you. I kind of I'm a nice guy like that, I guess. I like to give people a heads up.
He's a big old teddy bear.
Yeah. So that way it doesn't just get sprung on you. I'm just giving you guys 2 weeks in advance to know that July 3rd we will not be having an episode of PIGCast. But yeah, come back next week though, because we will have an episode next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, but we'll keep you guys updated as always, like we always do. And again, we'd love to hear from you guys and girls on our organization pages. So be sure to go and drop us a follow at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever we have our we have our social medias for Project Icarus Gaming all over. Mm-hmm. So if you have that Instagram or something, drop us a follow, or individually you can follow us there. Again, guys, we'd love to hear from you. We value your opinion. Mm-hmm. So be sure to go follow, subscribe to our channel, or and turn on those notifications so that way when we go live. Again, every week, every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, we go live with all your gaming information and needs. Okay. Anyways, guys, this is it. We love you. Here at Project Icarus Gaming and individually, we do love you guys. We love the support that you guys provide us. I'm your host, Radical Rob, and with me was Jelly Jugs.
Later,
Check us out. We love to see you in our personal streams as well. Take care, guys. Bye, and have a great day. See you later.